Hey everyone, welcome to Sketch a Day Live. What is that on my shoulder? I have no idea. Probably some kid residue. Anyhow, just cover that up. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. Welcome to Sketch a Day Live. We're making it happen. Hopefully making magic. And hopefully your weekend has been magical yourself. We are kicking off the weekly sketch challenge for this week. This is really bugging me. I'll be right back. But kicking it off this week. So we're going to be doing fashion. And that can really be anything. It could be shoes, handbags, coats, whatever you want to sketch. Hey Gareth, hey Annika. Also streaming live on Behance. So grab your coffee, your sweet treat, or maybe the show is your sweet treat. Either way, you can grab it, get comfy, get cozy, grab a blanket or your favorite funky hat. And we're going to get with it. Hey, Nico, Tom, Applejacks, NYC, everything. What's up? Introvert Doodles, hello. You moved to Boston just in time for the... Seriously. I saw some pictures. It looks like a good snowy weekend in Utah. I will say that. So, all right. Let's just warm up here. Let's warm up. So the weekly sketch challenge is your chance to push yourself to do some different topics, some different stuff, find some inspiration. So we're mixing it up today and doing fashion. It's been a while since I've done fashion design sketches. So this is going to be rough. Probably. This will probably be rough, but we'll make it count. Okay. Here we go. Wasn't zoomed in just enough. Apologies if you can hear the 3D printers whirring in the background, but my coworkers are furiously building things today. I call them my coworkers since I work on my own. Can we draw hats today? I'm sure we can throw a hat in. Some hats and heads. I'm not really like a fashion expert, but I do believe I can draw pretty much anything. Hey Bruce, what's up? Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming twice a week, and I think I'm trying to figure out if Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday works best. Mondays and Tuesdays are about to be super busy for me, so yeah, feel free to share your shoe, Tom. Mondays and Tuesdays are gonna be a little busy, so I'm probably gonna stream on Sundays, Sunday and Friday is my plan. So Sunday to announce the challenge and Friday to review and see what you're doing. I may sneak a Wednesday in, we'll see, but that's my plan. Anyhow, all right, we're gonna warm up here like we do. Even if I'm sketching, I'm gonna take this hat off because it's actually quite toasty. Weird. Anyhow, even if I'm doing a fashion sketch, I like to do my warm-ups. The other way to do this quickly, by the way, is you can draw 2 lines down either side of the page and try and start and stop at each line. Hey, Caroline. Hello, everyone. Welcome, Behancers. All right, Tom. Tom says his shoe is on Discord if you want to check it out. Got my hot bean juice today. Hello, Vico Princess. Oh, we're kicking it off today, Lori. We're kicking off fashion today. So I was explaining a little earlier that it seems as though Sundays and Fridays are my best day. And then other than that, occasionally on Wednesdays, I'll come in and stream. If you want to try and push yourself as well, you can try and do lines between the lines. Can get a little disorienting, but good practice. Notice how far back I'm holding my Sharpie, by the way. Pretty far back as I draw. I'm not drawing like this, because that kind of obscures what I can see. All right. Shout out and thanks to our patrons and channel members. Applejacks, did you switch over? I think I sent you a message on Patreon, but I wasn't sure if it was you. Yeah, I don't know anything, Lori, so feel free to interject or suggest I draw something that already exists or whatever. I'm just gonna make stuff up. It is Sci-Fi Sundays, so I may do some sci-fi sci-fi themed fashion concepts. See how that goes. I may even jump into and do a bit of digital. Okay, cool. I was just making sure it was you, Applejacks. Thanks for the support. Kicking it old school with markers and pens and pencil, but we'll do some digital stuff too. We'll probably go for an hour and a half here. So yeah, if you need to pop out, dip, come back, it is all good. Just getting some ellipses in here. Boba Fett armor, is that what you're doing? I already did a Mandalorian a while back, so... Book of Boba Fett's pretty good, though. I've been enjoying it. So yeah, the term fashion is loose. You can interpret that however you want. So if you want to do shoes or hats or eyewear or full-on fashion design style sketches, you can do that. Mortal Engines. I have heard of the movie. It sounds terrible. So, and I'm going to be using pencils. Applejacks will be super happy. Sweet! At least for part of it, I'm going to be using pencils. Always helps to have a good sharpener, by the way. Mine's a bit older, but it is solid. This is, can I pull this over? I can't. My wire's a little stuck, but if you are curious about the stuff I'm using, you can always check out this link and you'll find all the materials and tools I like to use. All right. So I'm going to have to pull up some reference, admittedly. Hold on just a sec. Okay. No. Hold on. I just need to do something on my computer here. Okay, cool. So I'm going to have to pull up some reference, and I'll have that up on my screen. Just sample fashion sketches just to get me primed, at least. So as I mentioned, a lot of times I'll just look something up just to see and get a sense for the style, proportions, and whatnot. So I'll probably focus on female fashion figures to start. Also, as I mentioned before, you can check out Lori Burt. She's one of our fans here. She actually has a course on Skillshare. You can use that link. Click on that, and if you want to get into it, it's a great beginner's course that you can check out using her link. So if you're interested, it's probably a good place to start. I haven't taken it personally. I'm just gonna see if I can mimic some of this stuff. So that's where we're gonna start. All right, let me pop this window out. Let's see. Okay, there we are. Pop out chat. I was not prepared for this. Apologies. Okay. And this should work. All right, just a sec, guys. Okay, I just need to be able to see the chat at the same time, so. All right, here we go. Okay, yeah, check out Lori's stuff. So if I remember correctly, your typical fashion sketch is going to have, let's see, how many heads? I think it's like 10, right? It's like 9 to 10 heads high. But normally when you're drawing a person, you want to do like 7 to 8 heads, right? So it's a bit exaggerated. 9 to 10, 7 to 8. So normal, okay? So this will be your fashion stuff. And this is normal. Now, I'm no expert on drawing people. That's no surprise. But I try, you know, I put in a good effort, I think. So anyhow, let's just start with head here. And I'm going to drop a center line. Little neck. And let's throw in just a torso shape here. Legs. And again, I'm just kind of copying style as I go, just to see. This particular sketch is someone in a coat. So just as a base here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're a little bit taller, but it works. Okay, so a little pencil to start here. And maybe there's something on the neck. And like I mentioned, I'll keep this somewhat sci-fi related. How do they do hands? Keep them simple. Maybe this is like some weird coat or something. Anyhow, rough sketch to start. We'll work it out. I'm like sweating already. I was telling a friend before the show, I was like, this is going to be rough. But I'm sweating because my furnace is on and my little studio is quite small. It's quite diminutive. It's okay, I just need the cool air. It's fine. You need something? I don't know her. Sure. Okay. Sorry, I got a little distracted. My son came in for a minute. Maybe these are boots of some sort. I keep thinking too literally, so that's the other thing that I realize with fashion sketching. Sometimes I have to like think less literally. We'll do a couple of these to warm up, and then we'll see where we land. Sketch Today Live, thanks for joining. Music brought to you by Paul Sohi and myself, yours truly. All right, let's do another one. And I'll upload these sketches as well. Let's see if I can do like some sort of S shape, slight S shape. I'll upload these sketches to the Google Drive as well. I need like a good walk. Oh, I did this backwards. I'll try this again. So with pencils, it's always helpful to have a bunch sharpened. I've got, a few over here that I've been using, like 4. That way you don't have to run your sharpener every single time. A little handy. Hello, Imogen. I'm good, thank you. Let's see. All right, let's keep going. See, this is straight and kind of comes down like so. Right now I'm just kind of copying another sketch just to get the flow down. Or try to. I'll modify a little bit as we go. Maybe this is some sort of long cowl neck. Okay, so the tricky part for me, mentally anyways, is figuring out how I want to do, because usually they position one leg a bit more forward and one going back. So I'm trying to get that a bit better. Maybe something like that. Just to start. Also, hello Behancers. Those who don't know me, I'm Spencer Nugent, industrial designer. I like drawing. Sometimes I like to learn new things while I'm drawing. So you're in luck. Alright, maybe a little something like this for a second one. So my plan is to take these into Fresco. Once I've inked and figured out all the details, I'll take that into Fresco and do some work with live brushes if you've never used those. I thought those would be a nice complement to some of these concepts. So I'll do a bunch. We'll get warm here. Well, that's an interesting pose. So I'm mostly just copying poses here, not exact designs or anything. Just trying to get a sense. Sense for how to do this. Let's see here. Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, it's a little harder when you're doing something different, but it's also super fun. Push yourself. I'm sure Lori's like, oh my gosh, so rough. Okay, maybe not, but just trying to get the hang of this here. Maybe I will do a Wednesday stream this week so that I can show my progress during the week. I kind of did that last time. Kind of did that last time. It was kind of fun to just show. Don't worry, we'll make these sci-fi. I think last time we even did some steampunk stuff. Steampunk fashion. That's what I did last time. Last time I did this fashion business. So even with a pencil, I'm holding it a bit further back. Just allows me to see what I'm doing. It's always a trip though, because when you sketch digitally, you can zoom in and stuff. But then sketching on paper, you can't really do all the little tricks you might do. So you kind of have to what's the word? You kind of have to get good at knowing how the final thing's gonna be, even though you're not able to zoom in. You know, use those little tricks and helps that you might be used to using. All right. One of my 3D prints just finished. I'm like, I want to play with it, but I can't. Not yet. Because I'm with you. Vico Princess says, you could be an art teacher. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Why am I wasting paper anyways? I should use the same. Okay, I've got to figure out my own way to do this. So let's do just that. Just so I can be a little faster. I think part of the challenge too is, like, I'm not really thinking of any particular fashion thing in mind right now. So, you know, is she wearing pants and some sort of large belt? For all we know. Thanks, Nico. Glad you could join. Oh, I'm gonna have to sneeze here. Apologies. Oh, excuse me. Spencer, I know you were on Adobe Live recently. Did that spark stream on Behance? I've actually been streaming on Adobe Live for the last 2 years. And the Behance team reached out to me. And they were like, hey, would you be interested in streaming on Behance? And I just thought, sure, why not? Why not? So here we are. All right, like I said, trying to be a little quicker here. Faces could use some work. Haven't quite figured that out yet. I do miss pencil though. I feel like I'm getting warmed up with it because you can just go so loose and then okay, should we get a little sci-fi here? You can go loose, but then just ink over the whole thing. They look very happy to be modeling. Good. Should do some froze. I feel like her leg needs to be out actually. Thanks, Bruce. Thanks, Annika. So I'm just testing streaming on Behance and YouTube at the same time. So it's kind of a test just to see how the audience and interest is, how that goes, but also from a technical perspective, streaming to multiple places. Hello. Hello, Brazil. All right, so I think I'll ink over some of these a little bit later, but we're gonna keep working on our poses here. All right, this one's interesting. It's like a curve. Oh, it's just this interesting concept. Not so much the concept, but I like the pose. I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. Lots of coats, it would seem. So I don't know about you, but I'm not one to. Where'd that curve go? Okay, I was doing this, so is that too far out? Feels too far out. Too far out and a little thick. Or maybe it's just the height proportion here. So let's see if we can fix some of that. How you doing, Lori? You having a blast watching me struggle? So funny. I'm gonna redo this one because I like kind of where it's heading, and then I'll take a look at some other inspiration here. I've never actually taken I did take a figure drawing class. It was just like an evening class. But due to life circumstances at the time, I had to bow out of the class. I do regret that. So whatever I do now, I just kind of dabble. Just kind of dabble when I get the chance. Like hanging with you fine people. Maybe this one's holding a bag or something. I like these like long cowl neck things. I don't know why, but we'll see. We'll see what comes out of it. Maybe I just need to make the. There we go. It feels a little better. Just make the limbs a little skinnier here and there. Sketch a Day Live, thanks for joining. What am I printing? I'm making some accessories for my little 3D printing shelf. So this is a unit that connects. And these are some bearings that I was able to find, but the bearings allow the spool, your filament spool, to kind of turn easily. So printed this in 2 parts because I wanted some structural integrity things to happen, as well as having the print be super clean. And then I have another piece, I'll grab it. So I have this other piece here that will take a nut, okay, and then I have a little, it's basically a little clamp. So I'll be able to clamp this to a shelf. This will mount in like so. Okay, looks like I need to make this a little longer, so, but this will mount in, and my spool for my filament will sit on this. So this will kind of mount on the edge of a shelf and be able to be clamped in place. But I'll probably just redo this part and make it a bit more modular, so I can extend this out. Anyhow, just little fun utility projects that I'm working on right now. So no worries, Bruce. It's all good. I like to keep it pretty chill and conversational with my shows. Improvise, kind of just see where it all goes. So, no worries. Innovative. That's very generous of you, Introvert Doodles. I mean, you could do... This is going to be the easiest fashion sketch because you can just do like a long dress and then maybe some cutouts for arms. Some long cutouts. That could be actually interesting from a sci-fi perspective. Maybe it does have some shape to it. Could be interesting. Maybe some bold pattern or color break or something. Right, so you could have some cool color break. Anyhow, that could be actually interesting. I might redo that one. Felicity says just started drawing, streaming on Twitch, and it's so nice. There's a reason why you chose YouTube to stream. Twitch, I didn't feel like I had much traction on Twitch. I could actually turn it on right now. I can stream to Twitch pretty much anytime I want, as well as Facebook, but I don't get a lot of engagement on Facebook, so I feel like it's kind of a lost cause. And I'm already set up to do YouTube, so okay, I'll probably pick like once I do a few more sketches here, I'm gonna pick a few more or a few of them rather. I like big earrings. Maybe she'll be bald. And then I'll render those up. But I think I'm gonna use Fresco for that. Okay, I really need to pay attention and do a better job on my foot shape here. Maybe I need to take Lori's course. So just a reminder, one of our patrons, Lori, has I like sticking the arm out. Maybe I'll do that. Makes it a little easier for me. Has a course on Skillshare, so you don't have to struggle like I am. Actually, this leg's in front. She has a course on Skillshare that you can take. All right, just go to loribert.com and you can get some help with your fashion sketches. Like I said, I probably need to take it, but I'm not really a fashion designer. Thanks, Lori. Very generous. I'm going to turn these rough sketches into more refined sketches. But I do want to just keep it loose to begin with. All right. Actually, just 1 second. I'll be right back. More like 5 seconds. I'm just starting another print in the background. Might as well have them work for me while I do other things. You know. Might as well. Oh yeah, so I did have some questions from a few people about the music that I use. I'm going to be making it available to patrons and channel members first, and then I'll be making them available to everyone else. Yeah, what are people wearing these days? I have no idea. What are people wearing? This is just normal copy paper to start, and then I'm gonna do some inking, and that's where I'm gonna, well, I'll do a little bit more pencil, figure out what I want to do with figure out what I want to do with the designs themselves, and then once I've figured that out, then I'll add some ink and go digital in a bit. So this is all just warming up. Bavarian leather pants. Yeah, all I've been wearing is sweats too. Seriously, like anywhere I go, I just kind of stopped caring, so I just wear sweats and Crocs. Yes, I like Crocs. Okay, give me a break. I like Crocs. But I do want to make these a little sci-fi in some way. I don't know what that's gonna look like. Maybe it's, things like having a formed profile to address. Maybe that could be matched up top or something. I don't know how, but maybe we could do something like that, where things kind of plunge. Actually, that all of a sudden that turned really interesting. So a couture sweatsuit tracksuit. That'd be interesting. Made from cashmere. But yeah, this could be interesting. Like some sort of like, should it go like that though? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yes, I love Crocs. Lori's like, no, why the Crocs hate? I've always wondered why the Crocs hate. They're like literally some of the most comfortable shoes you could wear. Okay, I don't really like that one. Seriously, some of the most comfortable shoes you could wear. Crocs. I kind of like this pose. I'm gonna try this again. I don't know what she's wearing, but we'll go with it. Maybe something with a tail. Maybe. Crocs are versatile. You could wear them to a business meeting. You could wear them in your workshop. Put a little steel toe in them. If you're going to the beach, you could wear them on the beach. So much potential there for what you can do with some Crocs. It looks like there's been some level of giving up when I see Crocs. I actually have a pair of Crocs that costs $150, and they are fantastic. They're like the ultimate dad shoe, though. I'll show you sometime on the stream. I'd have to run to my room and grab my shoes and all that to show it to you. So another time. If you're feeling brave with your Crocs, you can wear them in X Games mode. Yeah, when I'm woodworking, or when I go and do my like art market stuff, I wear my Crocs. I'll wear them on vacation too. They're great. I think they're great. I'm gonna try this pose again. Just kind of a I used to love Project Runway. That was one of my shows. Project Runway and not Chef's Table. Chef's Table traumatized me at the time anyways. But that's a story for another time. Top Chef. Of course they look like they cost that much, Lori. They're unique. They're special. I didn't buy them. They were a gift from someone. I don't know that I could buy $100 Crocs. I like weird poofy hair. Especially if you're going like sci-fi. Some weird poofy hair. I was thinking maybe the neck. I like this. I like if the clothes feel perhaps a bit formed or sculpted in some way. I really do like that. Or maybe it's just that not everyone can pull off Crocs. Maybe that's it. Maybe Crocs themselves aren't bad, but you've got to have the sauce. You got to bring the sauce when you're wearing the Crocs to offset the Crocness. So I understand if Crocs aren't your thing because you don't have the sauce. Eh. 80s vibes. That's the thing with drawing. Everything looks like something. Everything looks like something else. All right, let's do like 2 more here, and then we'll switch to the other half. What I want to do today. Trying to figure, this makes sense in my head. I'm trying to figure something out here. The most androgynous shoe ever. I mean, they're not like, I wouldn't say, they are divisive. Crocs are divisive for sure. But I do really like them. I do really like them. I do like them. Were you saying a mohawk on the model is what you were saying, or were you saying something else? I wasn't sure what the mohawk comment was. I'll fix the face later. Crocs are like toddler shoes for adults. Just the ones who don't have the sauce. I can appreciate that. If you have the confidence to pull off Crocs, it says a lot about a person, I think. That's a good idea. 3D print Croc charms. I could do that. I'm going to make a note. I've been thinking about additional products I can make for my 3D printers. So that's a good one. I appreciate the suggestion. You do buy your clothes in the kids section. Interesting. You must be really tiny. The kids section. I wish I could do that. Okay, someone did say hats. They wanted me to do hats. So maybe one of these models or a couple can have some like weird hats or something. Just trying to simplify. Oops. Simplify my silhouettes here. See if I can like focus on the main shapes. Keep it simple. Man, who knew so many people were passionate about Crocs? Okay, take care, Lori. I'm gonna make some of these digital, so. Alright, so I'm gonna pick this one. I like where this one's kind of heading. This one I like too, though. Oh, yeah. And then this one. So let's see. These two are kind of similar. This one's different. I did like the look of this profile as well. Or silhouette. I mean, this one could have a hat, too. Maybe it's like some weird, like, off-center hat that hangs off. Or maybe it's connected to the dress. Wouldn't that be interesting? Sci-fi? Sci-fi Sunday? Gareth says, I do a lot of weapon printing for cosplayers on yours. Come in handy for university course printing prototypes. Oh, awesome. That's another good idea. I own about 5 3D printers right now, soon to be 6. Probably by the end of the year, I'll have 8. But I'm trying to figure out ways to just keep them going. So that's gonna be a new little side thing for myself. 3 FDM, 2 resin. Yeah, I've got 5, almost 6 FDM. Which ones do you have, Gareth? I feel like 3D printing is one of those things you can't really live stream, though. Okay, I'm going to do this because I like the funky hat connected to the dress. I like that. So 1, I want to do 3. 2. And 3. All right. So now I'm going to get my nice paper out. So I want to do nice inks, and then we'll throw those into Fresco, Adobe Fresco, and color those up. At least in my head, it makes sense. So we'll see how that goes. And I may need to use the restroom. Oh, 2 Ultimakers. Those are pricey. Nice work. But they do really well. Self-replicating 3D printers. Yes, they seem to multiply. Tell you what. They do seem to multiply. I guess I could do these on the same page. If they fit. No big deal. Alright, I'm actually going to use the restroom and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Okay, thanks for hanging. Not disappearing. Sometimes when nature calls, you gotta answer the door, so to speak. Alright, I'm gonna use pencil and then we're gonna jump into some pens. I was thinking it'd be interesting, this dress in particular had some sort of almost like a cone. I guess that's where my inner product designer comes out. Like, yeah, let's keep it simple. But you get this interesting silhouette from it, so trying to remember what I was doing with the other hand. I guess this lends itself to being akimbo. So we'll do that. I'm just taking a little bit more care than I did with the rough sketches. So yeah, there's this weird hat thing. This is funny. I want to like zoom in to my sketcher, but I can't. Like my inclination is to want to pinch to zoom on the paper because I'm so used to digital sketching. At least right now I am. I've been doing a lot of iPad work. All right, let's see. What was I doing with the legs? Just a simple... simple profile here. All right, I like that. So there's one. Let's do our second one here. And I will put these all on the same canvas in fresco. So it really doesn't matter too much what I'm doing here, because once I get it into fresco, then it's pretty easy to manipulate and change things after the fact. This is Sketch a Day Live. We are doing fashion this week. I'm Spencer Nugent. I like sketching. Hopefully you do too. I forgot what I called this song. I made this one. I always have weird names. This one is called, see if it's, so if I can even pronounce it. This one I made. I was making a song a day for a while. This one was September 6th. Yeah, September 6th is this song. It doesn't have a name specifically. Yeah, I don't know how this would work, but I like this cowl neck business. So I'm gonna try that here. Maybe this loops over. I don't know. Thank you, Siddharth. It takes me a while to warm up if I'm doing something tremendously different, which this is. Should she have like weird sunglasses or something? Again, a lot of this can be cleaned up in my digital sketch, so I'm not too worried here. Yeah, I don't really like this part. I'm gonna have to fix that, but not too worried about it. Okay, so there's two. And I'll do one more. This looks like something out of Black Panther. But we are doing Sci-Fi Sundays, so I'm trying to keep these a little weird. I'm gonna move the color break so that it intersects the sleeves here. And maybe there's like some fringe. But I also want to get the gesture of just the overall profile and shape in here. Yes, looks like Queen Mother Angela. Angela Bassett. You could also do some sort of bold pattern. Could also do here. All right. Have I tried any sculpting apps? Nomad Sculpt or Forger? I haven't, but I think I'm supposed to have a license for ZBrush in my emails. So let me see if I actually have that. ZBrush. And I'm going to be learning how to do that. So let's see here. I'll look it up a little bit later. Oh, I do have a anyhow, I'm gonna be learning how to use ZBrush and Blender this year. So those are my two apps I'm gonna be learning how to do. All right, so let's do some quick ink, and then we'll scan and get it onto my iPad. Let's see, what brush pen do I want to use today? I want like a nice brush pen. Where did you go? Sorry, I have a specific pen in mind, and I haven't used it in a while, so that one will work. And this one. And this one. Okay. And I want to use a brush pen specifically because I can get some nice expressive strokes out of it. A little bit more expressive than I normally would. A little more expressive than I normally would with, you know, the pens I normally use. So you may not be able to zoom in on regular paper, but one thing you can do is you can draw a little bit bigger. These are a little bit small just because of paper size, but it is one thing you can do if you are trying to do this sort of thing. Sketch Today Live, thanks for joining, hanging out. Sci-Fi Sunday, but also we are sketching some fashion concepts. Alright, so there's one. I'm going to try a different pen for the other ones here. This is a brush pen. That one is a Pentel, I think. Kuretake. I always confuse them. It's a Japanese pen. I got it from jetpens.com. So I'm not sure what the brand on that one is, but I do have information on my website. Okay, you can go there and check it out. What does that mean? What's happening here? All right. So let's do some more. Let's do some more. Okay. This one is this one even working? Let's see. I don't like how that one feels. I do like brush pens when they do work. Sometimes they dry out and things get a little weird. So let's see if I can find a better one. I have a problem, guys. I have a problem, and that is I love pens. And so sometimes I'll just buy a lot of pens and try them. There should be like a pen exchange. This one's interesting. It has such a fine tip. There should be like a pen exchange program of some sort. Don't you think? Some sort of pen exchange. Okay, I think this pen is it. This is the one. This is the pen for fashion. Truth be told, the brushes in Fresco are good enough that you could do something similar to what I'm doing here, but I also like the feeling. Oh yeah, I was gonna figure this out. Oh well. I do like the feeling of these brush pens on paper. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening with this neck, but we won't think about it. We won't tell anyone about it. It'll be our secret. This one is a Kuretake. I don't even remember. I'd have to go to my JetPens order to figure out. Yeah, this one's nice because it has a very, very fine tip, but also has a very fine tip, but you can get just some really nice strokes out of it too. It's very, very juicy, very flowy, and I do like it. I'll probably chill out. I'll probably fix that shoulder in Fresco. And the face a bit. I'll fix those in Fresco. Or I could just do that. Just have the face blacked out. Kind of like that actually. It is a very lovely pen. All right, so in about 5 minutes here, I will switch to Adobe Fresco. Apologies, YouTubers. I totally forgot about the chat here. Walking through the pen aisle is one of my favorite activities. It's a problem. Go Cool, what's up? I actually have a tour, but I need to do an updated tour. So you're right. Maybe I'll record a video this week going over my space. Maybe what's new or what's different since I last did a tour. Sketch Day Live, thanks for joining. I'm Spencer. I like drawing. I like doing a lot of things, but drawing is certainly very fun. And I hope you like it too. Happy little sketch challenge. Happy little brush strokes. Just doing a little inking here before jumping into 2D. Is this Goku from Offsite? Or another Goku? I'm curious. I only know one Goku, so... Why didn't I go for men's fashion? Because I suck at drawing people. And I wanted to just focus on one thing for today. And get that one thing right. That is why. Oh, okay, different Goku. Cool. I just wasn't sure. I'll also fix that as I scan it. All right. Yeah, I don't like that pen sketch very much, so I'm gonna redo it. This other pen is so much better. For real. So what are y'all up to for the rest of the day? Just hanging, catching more streams. What's going on? Yeah, this pen is way... I like how it moves and how it feels much better than the other pen. It's just a little... Like the other one you have to have a really light hand with. This one I think naturally just... If I remember correctly, this one too cost about $8 for this little pen. So... But it would seem that it's $8 for a reason, because it's pretty good. Yeah, I want to do some pattern on this or something. Should I do a chevron? As I start doing a chevron. Should I do a chevron? It's like, you're already doing a chevron, bro. You're already doing the chevron. Nice and loose. Trying to just do some interesting pattern here. Of course, I'll apply color over this, so... Yeah, this brush pen's where it's at. I'm gonna have to get some more. Maybe it's less of a chevron and more diamonds or something. Yeah, definitely like the loose feeling of this pen compared to the other one I was using. Definitely. And as I do patterns, this is why I don't do fashion design. So I don't even know what looks good. And I mean, I don't really care that much, but what I mean to say is I wear sweatpants. I'm not an authority on this stuff. But this looks way better. So I'm gonna use this. You can see the difference, right? Like this was with a heavier brush pen, and this one's with this nice light brush pen. Just has a better, looser feel to these sketches. All right, so now let's go ahead and should I put a let's put a stamp in it, because we're gonna go digital. And thanks again to my friend Lisa for putting this stamp together for me. So I'm really fortunate. I have a sheet scanner, so I would go to okay, check out this link because I have a bunch of pen tests, but check out jetpens.com as well. So if there's a pen you see on my website and you want to check it out, you can do that, or just go to JetPens. But beware, it'll suck you in. It'll completely suck you in. All right, so I'm scanning this in. Do 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 do. All right. So I scanned this one in already. Scan in the next. And now it's iPad time. I just gotta switch my scene here. Oh, wrong one. Also the wrong one. There we go. I picked the wrong scene. You saw the back of my head, which is cool. I guess someone was asking about a studio tour, so this is kind of my seating arrangement now. You can see the stream up. Got the drawing stuff here. My very bald head, and yeah, that's how it looks on the inside, in case you're wondering. Okay. So now that my stuff is scanned in, okay, successfully scanned in. I'm trying to think about the best way to get this. I'm just gonna do this off camera just because, you know, I don't want you checking out my photo library and all the stuff on my iPad, but I will show you. So let's go ahead and create a new document. I'm gonna do tabloid, and came in portrait. So let's go ahead. Why is this not working? Hold up. Hold please. This is weird. Okay. Okay. Oop, I forgot. All right. Hold on just a sec, guys. Something weird is happening here. Huh. Oh, okay. I'm trying to show the menu bar on my iPad, but it's being a little bit weird. I don't know why the interface isn't showing. This is very odd. Okay, I may have to try doing this a little differently. This is very odd. Let me see if I can draw and if it'll show up. Okay, drawing shows up, but none of my menus show up. Let's try this again. This is so weird. Oh. This is very odd. Okay, give me just a sec. I'm going to do something a little different here. Apologies for the technical delay. But I want to make sure this looks right so you can see all of the stuff on my screen. But it'll be worth it. Always seems to happen when I'm streaming too. So frustrating. Actually, I don't know why it's doing this weird display thing. It's never done that before. Let's see. This is so weird. I did just update the OS. So there's probably some setting here I need to change. Thanks, Apple. Thanks, Apple. We all need a full tour. Okay. Just a sec, guys. Okay. I think I got this. All right. So I'm going to turn this off for a minute. And we can just hang out, ask me questions, whatevs, you know. And let's go here, and I'm going to do capture. All right. Yeah, I really hate how this does weird stuff sometimes. Okay, cool. So I got that, and now I'm gonna put that here. Oops. Some of you probably stream and know what I'm doing. I'm using OBS, and so I'm just trying to arrange this real quick so that you'll have the right view, because for some reason my computer doesn't want to do it. All right, so this should be better now. This should be better. Let's try this. There we go. Yay! Now you can see my iPad. All right. Woo. Thanks for being patient. Okay. Yes, we do provide scholarships at offsite. Let's lock that so it's in place. Perfect. So I'm working on my desktop. Because I'm using a Mac, I can copy and paste from my desktop into my iPad. So I'm going to do that. That's going to be the most reliable way for me to do this without sharing everything. Oops. Everything I got. So now in Fresco, here's my canvas. I'm going to rotate this a little bit. And let's go ahead and turn on show touches so you can see what I'm doing. So now when I touch the screen, you can kind of see, right? Is this delayed too? It is a little delayed. Oh my goodness. I don't know what is going on with my app here. Yep, it's delayed. This is frustrating. Let's try. Let's turn that off. I wonder if it's delayed because... Okay, that's why it was delayed. I figured it out. Okay. So, now I'm going to tap on my layers here and paste from clipboard. It's going to pull from my Mac Pro those pixels and paste them in place. So I'm just going to position those right about there. And let's take my other sketch that I scanned in, and we'll do the same thing. So if you have a scanner, all I'm doing on the back end that you're not seeing is I just have it open in Photoshop. In fact, if I wanted to, I could save the photo to my Adobe Creative Cloud account. Oops, wrong file. I could save it to my Creative Cloud files, and that would, let's see. I don't think my clipboard's updating here, so copy. Let's see if we can get this over. It's going to do the same thing. It's doing the same thing. All right. We'll do this another way. Sometimes things work really well, and sometimes they don't. And that's just how life is. But I think it just needs a little time to get the file across the internets. There we go. So now I have the other sketch. It just took a minute to update. And I will delete this duplicate layer. Okay. So let's go ahead and scale, maybe do some placement here. I'm going to switch this blending mode to multiply so I can position things as I go. If you're new to Fresco and you want to get the hang of it, you can check out, I have an Adobe Max session that I did on Adobe Fresco. Kind of covers the basics, the ins and outs, but if you've used any modern drawing app, it's going to be somewhat similar to that. I'm going to stretch her out a little bit like so. I just realized I covered up my stamp. I guess I can always paste a new stamp, not a big deal. And oops. Let's make a different selection. And I just want to move this one like right there. And now if I tap on the layer, I can hit merge down and let's see. I'll undo that, deselect, and then merge my layers down. Kind of move this where I want it. All right. So I'll switch this layer blending mode to multiply as well. And to make this real easy for ourselves, I'm going to use the live brushes. So if you haven't used these before, they're really fun. So I've got some watercolor washes here that I can use. Let's pick a fun color. I don't know what colors are in style now. I don't even know. Doesn't matter really, does it? Pink, says Bliss. All right, like a blush pink. I always like orange, so we'll see. Also, I'll just go ahead and clean up a little bit of our sketch here. Sometimes when you scan things in, you know, we're getting the pencil lines and so forth. You can do some work in Photoshop on iPad Pro, or if you wanted to do that work elsewhere, you could as well. And just import it in. So Photoshop on the desktop, or if you have some other app that you like to use, doesn't really matter. It's just all pixels when it comes in, right? But I'm just cleaning up a couple lines here. I think my scanner is a little dirty on the inside. Dirty fella. Let's clean up our arrow here. You know, even if the pen strokes were a little bit heavy, I think there was one of these too where I was like wanting to fix the face in Fresco. So, or maybe it was this one. We'll tweak the lips a little bit before we jump right in. So I'm gonna go to my brushes here, ink, and I'll just use this brush pen. Or I want something that's a little crisper. Actually, I'm going to use my own brushes because I do have my own brush that I like to use. You can bring your own brushes into Fresco as well. And let's use this inker because I know I'm going to get a nice crisp stroke from it. All right, so I can be a little cleaner here. All right, add some lines, clean up, do some erasing, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Oh, I think it was the neck of this design I wanted to tweak too. So you can come in, if you don't want to commit to the changes right away, you can always work on a new layer and then do what you want it to do. She's got like really broad shoulders and a really thick arms. So I'll change that a little bit. So one of the nice things about working digitally is you can, you know, take your paper sketch, and if you need to tweak it, but I'm definitely comfortable working on paper, so I like it. And then if you want to clean something up after the fact, you can do that. It's kind of handy. Yeah, I don't know entirely about this profile and what's actually happening, but I did want there to be some sort of cowl. Is that the right term? Cowl? Turtleneck? I don't know. Still figuring it out here. Or maybe I'll just do flat on shoulders. You can do that.
Yeah, bro.
All right, so someone said pink. See, I didn't even finish this hand, which, again, it's nice because just take that brush, just clean that up. So this is one of my inking brushes that I created for Fresco and Photoshop. That max session I was telling you about also covers how to import your brushes into Fresco. If you're interested in doing that, making your own. I don't cover how to make them, but I do cover how to import them. But you can find those at sketchaday.com. Pantone color of the year is very Perry. Lilac. Okay. Maybe I'll try that. Try that lilac color, see how it goes. Purple, golden purple. Okay, see you, Trackstar. So, let's see. Someone said pink. Some pink of some sort, purple. I like red or yellow, but I get how that can start to look ketchupy or whatever. Purple and gold though. Maybe this purple and gold. Wrong layer. Purple and gold. So I'll scale that down just as a little reminder. All right, let's see what this Pantone color of the year looks like. Very Perry Pantone. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. It's a pleasant color. So this is the Pantone color of the year. So maybe we'll use this in a few spots, either as an accent or for the whole thing. All right. So our layers should be set to multiply. Yep. And now underneath, we can go back to our regularly scheduled programming and just kind of wash with this very Perry color. I need a smaller brush here. But I like the watercolor wash. It just has a very nice effect if you've never used live brushes in Fresco. Quite fantastic. All right, we need some Perry on this one. Some very Perry. All right, let's do our skin tones. I'm doing brown people. Which is always hard to pick the right color. Okay, so with your live brushes, you can there's a lot of things you can adjust. You can adjust the flow of your pigments. So here I don't have a lot of flow. I can actually up that so that I get more coverage with color, like so. Man, I'm getting hungry. And just like real watercolors, you can also dry. Let's pick a different brown here. Let's go like darker. You can dry your canvas and you can then reapply the pigment so that you get I'm not really using these like real watercolors, so let's try and be a little more true to the medium. In fact, I'll show you one of the things that's nice with live brushes that you can't do with traditional or real watercolors, right? So like I said, I can tap on this, hit dry layer, and now when I apply additional strokes, I get a bit more. I get a little crispy. That's the best way I like to describe it. I get a little crispy, so I can reapply some color, things like shadows and so forth, if I want to do that. But the thing you can do with digital watercolor that I can't do with traditional is I can just come in and erase what I don't need. So I get the watercolor look, or you could have masked it along the way. That also works. But since we're keeping it loose, that's what I'll do here. All right, I'm gonna go back to my previous color, which is something like that. Oops. Okay, there we go. All right. Now I can apply some pigment, make this a little bit more like in shadow. You can also layer your watercolors. So if that's something you want to do, you can layer them to get the effects you want. I mean, there are some things you can do with real watercolor, like you can use salt to remove some of the water and the pigment. It has a particular effect on the paper, so that's something you can try to do. In this case, I'm just erasing as I go, just to get crisp edges where I want them. Right, but also it just maintains the loose look and feel of everything, and I really like that. All right, let's hit dry layer here. And now I'm gonna pick, let's see, my live brushes. Where are you? There you are. I could use the watercolor detail. I'm trying to get a little bit more of this Pantone color in here, but I think I'm gonna have to go a little darker to get the fabric lines I want, just in a couple spots. All right, maybe something like that. What do you apply to layer after you import the scan? I am using multiply, blending mode on the layer, and that just means anything that is in black will show through, and anything that is in white will appear transparent. That's all it means. So I think someone said purple and gold, so let's do that. I mean, those are like royal colors, purple and gold. And maybe I'll do, I'm trying to think if I want to do black or some other color. What else goes well with purple? Green? What's interesting is I'm doing this on the same layer, and you can kind of see where the yellow is blending into the green. Isn't that cool? So if you're careful, you can do it all on the same layer, or just do it on another layer, and you can keep your colors separate that way. This is starting to feel like Jamaican colors What do you know about Jamaica? Oh man, I'm so hungry. So hungry. All right, let's do gold. And I'm going to do purple. I forgot what it was called. Very Perry. Very Perry on top. Let's do it on a separate layer so I can kind of be a little more expressive with that. And then just erase what we don't want. So again, that's all in its own layer. So now it, right? I get the expression with the crispiness. All right. So we got purple here. I guess we got 3 colors going. Should I use those 3 colors or try something else? Someone had said pink as well. I guess that would go with Perry. So I can do the same thing. Jump to my live brushes and let's just try the basic watercolor. So it just has a nice, free, wonderful feel to it that I like. Try layer. So it just gives your sketches this nice, loose, feel to it. All right, and now let's do, I wanted to do yellow, something yellow, because I like yellow. Alright, something like that, and I'll finish off her skin tone at the bottom. And then underneath everything, I want to add just a light shadow. I know it's not typical, at least I didn't see any sample sketches that really did this, but I like the idea of a slight shadow just to ground everything. And then we can add things like a background here. So I'm gonna take the spatter brush, just make it real big, and we'll just kind of do a combination of these colors. We'll do something really colorful here. But maybe what I'll do is start with the soft wash watercolor. And we can even blend these colors together, which is kind of cool. Create this interesting background. Come on. If you tap on the canvas and hold in place, you can select whatever color is there. So now these colors are all blending together. And Fresco is doing that in real time. You can see the colors spreading there. All right, so above this background now, what I want to do is create some separation from the main sketch. All right, so I've created a new layer, and now I'm going to, I don't do a lot of real watercolor on paper, but I could try some. I like to do plein air sketching or drawing, and then I'll watercolor over that from time to time, but I haven't done a lot of real watercolor, at least not live. Definitely not live. I'm so hungry. I don't even know what I'm going to eat. But I haven't eaten yet today. All right. Home stretch. Here we go. Where was I? Okay, so these are my Sketch-A-Day brushes. I'll post a link if you're interested. They do work in Photoshop and Fresco. And if you're feeling daring, I make no guarantees on this, but you can use them in other apps that take ABR files. Okay, so if you're interested in that, check it out. Sketchaday.com. It's all there. Okay, so a couple more things on the background. Let's see. Let's pick a nice brush. I'm gonna use my Spencil. Maybe one of the rough Spencils. Where are you? There we go. I like that. So I'm gonna use white and just add a little separation here. But you can also use it to add some texture. But just to separate these from the background a bit. So kind of see how that's working? So now I have this little white line right there. And then if I want to add, you know, depth of some sort to these folds or whatever, I can come in and again, this is just my pencil I created. It has a heavier texture. Feels almost like you're drawing on really heavy watercolor. In fact, I did sample real textures to make that brush. In fact, I think one of my, I don't remember which one, but I scanned in even the color of a banana peel, the speckle on a banana, to make one of my brushes. So I like doing stuff like that though. Yellow is a tough one to color, by the way, because if you're gonna go with shadows in yellow, you want to use something that's more orange or brown to get the effect that you're after. All right, so there's the background, and I want to do one more thing to the background, guys. One more thing. So there's a really cool watercolor brush here, the wet spatter that I really like. So I'm going to deviate a little bit from the Pantone color of the year here. If I make a selection, you can see it's somewhat muted, desaturated. I'm going to go saturated because I like saturated color. And if we just wanted to add a little bit of something, right, we can do that with this spatter brush, right? Maybe just a little bit of saturated intense color to kind of pump these and tell our story. All right, so we can do something like that. And because I lost my stamp in the transform, I'm going to take it from my computer sketch here. And let's place a happy little stamp. Happy little stamp in our file. And then we'll be done. Well, done enough, because we're never done. We're never really done. All right, it's doing that thing again. It hasn't quite caught up. Hasn't quite caught up yet. Once again, Sketch-A-Day Live. Thanks for joining, hanging out, watching. Those who've been here from the beginning, I salute you for your patience through my technical difficulties and other issues. But also welcome. It's good to be here. Hey, in a few days it's Black History Month. I'll have to do something related to that or talk about it. We'll see. Okay. Dare I critique my own work? I was gonna say, you know, if I were to do this again, one thing I might focus on is, there we go. Now it's working. One thing I might focus on is making sure, let's go ahead and adjust some settings here. I'm going to go multiply. I just want to make this darker. This is an easy way to do it. And then I'll merge those two. So now I have a little darker little signature there. So I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh well. I hope you had fun. I did. I absolutely did. My brain is running low on glucose, I can tell. Oh, Black History Month. That's right. I'll definitely do some things that are thematic and try and focus on telling my story, the stories of others, and making it an event. I'm one of few Black industrial designers that I know of. Anyways, there's a few of you out there, so I salute you. Thank you, Erdi. Erdi says it's beautiful. But yeah, if I were to critique it and say if there's something I wanted to change about it, it would likely be more movement, maybe more exaggeration on height and so forth in the figures. But it takes time. It takes time to switch from doing something like product drawing to doing fashion, right? So that's where my initial anxiety came from with this opportunity or challenge, I guess, this week was I wasn't exactly sure how this was gonna go. So thanks for sitting with me through it. It's been fun. So I'll be back on Friday with a follow-up to show your work. So now is your chance. If you're interested, join the Discord. I know another Discord to join, but join the Discord. It's at sketchaday.com. I'm typing it as I say this. Why is this not working? sketchaday.com/Discord. And that's where I kind of keep the link and update the link. So if you're interested in joining, check that out. There's a weekly sketch challenge channel on the Discord. And that's where you post your work. And on Fridays, I will be showing your work. And for those that are patrons or supporters, I will overlay your sketch or give you feedback if you have specific questions. So much appreciated. Much love to you. As I always say, passion is the process. Love what you do, do what you love. But more importantly, if you learned something today, take some time to break it down and share your knowledge with others. It's going to make you better in the long run. Plus, you'll feel good about yourself. You'll feel good for doing something to help people. I just wanted to show what we did before. Did a bunch of rough sketches to get to where we did, right? So just remember, a lot of work goes into switching gears and figuring out how to do something. So if you get frustrated at yourself, it's okay. I get frustrated too. I have to work through hard things, right? So we did a lot of these sketches. I'll be scanning and uploading these to the Patreon page as well as Google Drive after the stream. So keep an eye out for that. And let's see. Trying to remember what else. Thanks, patrons. Thanks, supporters. Much love. Keep sketching, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday. And I'll see you next time on Friday, right here on